Hi guys, it's indeed my pleasure to have two stalwarts from Cognizant. Uh, we have Sakthikannan Subramanian and we have Dhairya Thakker. Both of them basically very senior people from Cognizant. Dhairya comes with 15 years of experience in IT industry in test automation. He is a test manager and end-to-end test automation is his forte. Okay. Sakti is co-speaking with at least two other speakers in the conference. He is a stalwart himself. He is a SDET. Front-end web development is his forte. UI API testing is his forte. Visual testing is his forte. Accessibility testing is his forte. Contract testing, performance testing is his forte. So everything that you can ask for, Shakti has it in his arsenal. Okay. Keeping that in mind, I would like them to quickly talk about themselves, something which we don't know, and then we'll jump into their topic, which is very, very interesting. Okay. So over to you, Dhairya, and then we will ask Sakti to quickly say something about himself, and then we jump into the topic.
Yeah. So hi guys, my name is Dhairya Thakker. Like as mentioned, like I have around 15 years of experience. So I've worked with different organizations, different background, different geographies across the globe, US, Europe, Asia, like Dubai, Hong Kong, different markets, product-based, service-based organizations, different cultures. So that's the overall uh, kind of an exposure I have got around for myself. Again, different domains as well, like currently a retail client, but prior to that, a banking client, a product-based company, big company like Lexmark, printers you might have heard of, then payment networks like Visa. So these are different clients I have worked with in the past and across different organizations. So that's my overall exposure, or overall, you can say if I just sum it up, my IT career. That's it.
Brilliant. Shakti?
Thank you, Dhairya. Hi, Aditya, and hi all. This is Shakti, and I work for Cognizant, and I'm a test manager here as well. And my role is I'm doing an SDET role here. I have overall 13 years of experience in different kind of portfolios insurance, banking, and now with the retail industry. And started like a normal manual tester, and then I have kind of out of my own interest, I have moved to automation testing, which gave me a huge opportunity to explore about what all the stuff we can automate, what is the current trend that is going on in the industry to reduce the manual effort, which can be beneficial to the customers and as well as to our own company and stuff like that. So I moved into cloud testing around 2015, and continuing with the cloud testing where we have different kind of development structure here, like backend, GraphQL, front end, and DevOps, and as well as design systems and stuff like that. So my primary aim is to kind of being an SDET and test architect, just kind of give some solutions, like what are all the possible way to transform the system from the monolithic to the good ways or cloud ways of development, and then micro ways of development, either it's a front end or back end and stuff like that. So that's my forte right now, which gave a good opportunity to move into view of the development space as well, because being a SDET, you need to be a developer as well to do some development activities and stuff like that. Yeah, that's me. And
Great. I think we are blessed to have you guys with us in the conference. Also, basically, guys, if you realize, this is something related to a very interesting topic that we have. Let me just say it aloud. It is cloud testing. Let's test application in cloud platform, how different our approach is. Okay. This becomes very, very relevant in today's world, especially when we have applications being hosted and run in the cloud in AWS, GCP, Azure. And it becomes one of those topics which I think you should not miss. I would request Dhairya and Shakti to speak a little bit about what exactly you plan to do and why people should attend this specific session of yours.
So if I give you a background, like 5 years or 7 years earlier in the industry, how it was like, you have a separate team doing the development and a separate team called test team, which would be like, testing. Either they may be in the same organization, different vendors. Let's not get into that. But yeah, there will be a separate team altogether, which will be like called a test crew or a test team, which will be like more like, kind of testing the application. Okay, they will wait for the deployment or the build to be deployed. We have moved away from that world. Things have moved away where we, as we just Shakti spoke about monolithic applications, we have moved away from that world. Like there are small teams. We have moved to agile ways of working. So the teams have also gone smaller, small micro teams. Who will look to specific set of services only. That's their own, and that's how the microservices world has evolved. Same with, it's not only that microservices. Also, there is a huge utilization of containerization in these days. Like not only that you have backend or GraphQL or a front end, everything is in form of containers. It's like all containers deployed or hosted on some platform, and there is a team. So the team also has evolved. So that separate dev team, separate test team has also moved out. So now it's like, okay, there is a crew which is overall responsible for development and testing of an app or of a container, if I say in that sense. So how are we developing those applications? We are using tech stack like Java, Kotlin, or any DSL people are comfortable, or maybe Python or Node.js, anything which they are comfortable with. So these are the tech stack. Now, the library which they are using essentially to develop these applications, which like can say bones and meat of that application, that comes from these cloud platform libraries. We often call it CDK. I've mentioned it explicitly in my paper that it's a cloud development kit. Now, if you utilize the same library for testing purposes as well, as in rather than creating a separate repository and just hitting blankly the endpoint and then say, yeah, it's all good, that's not going to work anymore. You got to see like when you call an API, whether your records got inserted into a database. That database is no more on-prem, that's hosted on cloud. So you need to definitely utilize some of this CDK to connect to that cloud database. Or it could be any data source. It would be wrong to say just database. It could be any data source because cloud provides you with multiple services. So that's how it is. And that's why we think this is how it is. You should be utilizing the same tech stack so that the same library, which is used to build your application, the same library is used to test the application, reducing external dependencies as much as possible and things like that.
This is super. I think this is something which is, guys, both Dhairya and Shakti are going to share from their experience. This session is something which I don't want them to spill more beans right now. It is something that you should attend. Do not miss their wonderful session. It is one of those things that we all will come across in now or in certain future. Cloud testing is something that we should definitely be going for. Having said that, guys, if I may ask you a little more, can I ask you one or two more questions? Is it okay?
Yes.
Yeah, that should be.
Sure. So Dhairya, you have been a test manager, and Shakti, you have been an SDET, more than 12, 15 years around experience between you guys, 30 years odd experience sitting in front of us. So how do you how do you keep your passion going? What makes you what you are today? What inspires you? So Dhairya, and then we can ask Shakti as well. Yeah.
I think better let Shakti answer first and then
Sure.
I'll answer that.
Thank you, Dhairya. So it's kind of like you have to be in the market now, and you have to be current in the market. So like to give an example, sessions like this, you have to keep on attend sessions like this to know what is in the market, how the companies are adapting themselves to the current market and stuffs like that. So there will be kind of like giants. They will be using some new technologies to improve their works and then kind of like reduce the manual effort and then bring in continuous integration and continuous automation stuffs like that. So we need to kind of be in par with them and then try to implement stuffs in our project and stuffs like that. And luckily it is like I'm with Cognizant and I'm with the client where I'm working as well. They are like very friendly and they are open to the possibilities. Like you'll have to keep on do your like POCs, like do some kind of automation, do some kind of take all those opportunities on your hand and try stuffs and then prove that it can be done in a different way and stuffs like that. So this that's how you can be kind of like in the market and stuffs like that, and thinking about the passion and stuffs like that. So now from monolithic we went to like microservices and stuffs like that, micro front ends and things like that. So what's next? So how can we bring in some more technologies, like if you can bring in some AI and stuffs like that, so how can we reduce the development timings, and how can we reduce the testing timings and stuffs like that? How can we deploy stuffs as soon as possible instead of going like a day-wise deployment or things like that? How can we do it very faster in the way and kind of like that, and get like kind of like fail very fastly and fix very fastly and give whatever possible good things that we can give it to our customers? So that's how we have kind of have the mindset, and then think about the technologies and research and stuffs like that and start implementing. Yes, we will fail a lot of time, but those failures will give us a good experience to say that what we should not be doing to achieve these goals and stuffs like that. So when you move on, it will be very easy for us kind of like implement stuffs and then reap the benefits.
Very nice. Great. Thank you so much, Shakti. Dhairya, you want to say what inspires you and what is your passion?
So I'll tell you, like, I haven't been like when you mentioned test manager, I haven't been like a test manager all my life. I've been recently promoted as a test manager, but prior to that, like even I was a QE guy only. So when I started my career with manual testing, then gradually moved to automation. If I go back to 2008-9, there was the hot cake in the market was QTP or what ALM and things like that. Those automation, the automation was at that time a different. Test automation was more looked for, okay, only for regression cases we'll do the test automation and things like that. For new features we will not do test automation. Once it's released, then only we'll go for things like that. So that was the culture then in 2008 and 9. 2010-11, people moved away. Okay, these things cost money, these things cost license, let's move away to more free available things like Selenium and all. But during that time also, the applications were more or less monolithic. Microservice concept was still new. It was not utilized very much in the industry. 2014, Docker comes into the market, containers comes into the market. That's it. And whole thing starts changing. By 2017-18, everybody is starting to move into microservices things. Even front end is a container, back end is a container, middleware is a container. Everything is in form of small containers. You need a database, you drop a container. You need a service, you drop a container. You need a front end, you drop a container. Okay, I'm not happy with Node.js. I want to do something in Python. Go ahead, create your own container, drop it. That's how it works. So things have changed. I mean, this is how I'll say from my career in 2007 to my career in 2022, I've seen these changes. And all through, I have started, okay, this is a new thing. This is the in thing. Let's grab it. Let's learn it. I mean, that's how you cultivate yourself and grow yourself.
Very true. I think both look at the theme here, guys. A lot of learning and changing with the time. That is what basically is the theme. That is what has happened with both Dhairya and Shakti. And that is the mantra, the success mantra that they want us to follow. I'm sure that not only this inspiring few lines from them, but I'm sure the session that they're going to present would be amazing. Having said that, I think that today India is playing England and still they are finding some time to speak to us. Hats off to them, guys. Thank you so much for your time. And I would personally be looking forward for this wonderful session. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Aditya,
Thank
for
you.
your time as well. Thanks, guys.